Hello. My name is Brian. Welcome to my channel. If it's your first time, today I'm going to discuss about PayPal and Stripe. Why would you use PayPal or why would you use Stripe? Okay. We're going to look at around like 6 or 7 points. Why would someone use maybe PayPal over Stripe, and why would you use Stripe over PayPal? Okay. Stripe actually is cheaper in all transactions compared to PayPal. So PayPal is a bit expensive than Stripe. But PayPal, actually, you can use it without putting card or bank. It's kind of cool, you know. I have an active account and I don't even have a bank. I don't even have a card. So, but I receive and I can send. You can say, how do I withdraw? You know, all those options are available. Actually, in this account, I'm not so interested in withdrawing the money. I kind of use it to buy different stuff. And you can even remain anonymous for those people who may like want to do sales online, but you want to be anonymous. You don't want to expose your your bank details, your card, even your real names. Kind of, you can do it on PayPal. Okay, so we're going to look at like 6 or 7 main points. There are a lot of people who have videos about Stripe and PayPal, but I realize actually at some points, main points which actually no one ever talks about on PayPal or on Stripe, you know. And we're going to look at the similarities. Okay, first of all, you can accept card payments on both PayPal and card on Stripe. That's the first thing. Secondly, you can use the platforms for your website, e-commerce, or NGO, or whatever you're using. You can accept card payments via online. And three, you can receive the money within a day, right? But we shall look into that, why sometimes you may not receive the money, but okay. You can receive the money within a day on PayPal or Stripe. They are all secure. So if you're looking at security between Stripe and PayPal, security is not an issue when it comes to PayPal or Stripe. Then let's look at advantages. I already mentioned one of them is like on PayPal, you can use the account without linking there a card or a bank. Okay, it's one of the core things. But I know you may be running a big business. You want to really put your bank details there. You want to easily withdraw the money. That is fine. You can do it. But I'll just show you like you can still use the account without even linking your bank details or card. Okay. Some people like when they receive the money, they can send it to another person to withdraw, something like that. So PayPal allows that. You can use the account without actually putting the bank details. You can bypass the business account stuff, like bank account stuff. So it's one of the things which is possible on PayPal, but it can't be possible on Stripe. Okay. And two is apps prefer paying to PayPal than Stripe, than paying to cards. Okay. Sites like fundraising sites like GoFundMe, they easily pay to PayPal. There are these online games, these surveying games. It's easier to use PayPal, okay, than Stripe. And actually, when the payer, I think it's much cheaper when you're paying via PayPal, because all these game platforms usually support PayPal, paying with PayPal. There's Babbel. I think even TikTok pays to PayPal in most countries. Okay, so kind of PayPal is widely used in different options. So if you're going to stick with Stripe, and you're going to be a freelancer, you may miss out on some payments because some freelancing websites and crowdfunding and even online games which pay online, like surveying apps, they usually pay to PayPal, not Stripe. So if you don't have PayPal, you may be limited in doing this online game stuff, getting paid online, okay? So apps pay mostly to PayPal. That's one of the advantages of using PayPal. Another issue is this is a business account, but I can easily create a donate link. Okay, I can easily create a donate link. Even if it's a business, but I can easily say, let me create a donate link, something which is hard in Stripe when it comes to receiving donations. When you read on Stripe, actually, you realize there's limitation in Australia. Stripe cannot support donations which are not linked to a specific good or service. In Hong Kong, Stripe cannot support donations. India cannot support charities. Indonesia, So there's a lot of limitations. Thailand, Stripe cannot support donations. But for PayPal, like this is an African account actually. I can easily create a donate link, Then I share it with a friend. This is how it looks, It's online service, but I can easily create a donate link, and someone can easily pay me online. I can easily pay using a donation. And the cool thing about donations, the fees are cheaper actually, So that is one of the cool things about PayPal. Like you can easily generate a donate. You don't have to be a real organization to have a donate link. Kind of cool, okay? And for PayPal, another thing you realize is you can receive payments via debit or credit card, but also PayPal itself. So it means on PayPal, you can get all payments from the Stripe customers because they use a card. But also you can also get customers of PayPal. Whereas if you're using Stripe, you can only get payments from debit or credit card, but you can get payments from PayPal, okay? So that is one of the things about PayPal. So PayPal, you can serve all the clients who have been for Stripe, but also for PayPal. There are people who can pay by PayPal balance. For example, in my account, I usually pay using the PayPal balance. I don't have a card there. I don't have a bank. So if you are on Stripe, I can't pay you, because I don't have a card. I don't have a bank. I'm paying via my PayPal balance. The money which I receive on my PayPal is the money which I usually spend. So it's something which is cool about PayPal. Okay, it serves the people who have been for Stripe and also people who have been on PayPal. Another point is PayPal. This is a bit similar, but also there's a difference. Like for example, both platforms are not supported in most African countries, but with PayPal you can easily bypass about that. For example, actually Stripe I think is not available in Africa. Like it's available but in a few countries. If I don't know for the update per now, but most African countries can't use Stripe. PayPal, most African countries can't use PayPal, but some can, like South Africa, like Botswana, like Egypt, Kenya can, So there are countries which can use PayPal, even if they are few, but at least they serve some communities in Africa. Unlike Stripe, it's really limited, and actually they limit even other developed countries. So that's a cool thing about PayPal. Like even if someone doesn't have it in Africa, but he may have a friend in a neighboring country. For example, if you're sending to Uganda, a Ugandan person may not have a PayPal, but here he may have a friend in Kenya who can receive on his behalf. So that is something cool about PayPal over Stripe. Okay. Personally, I'm using PayPal. Okay. PayPal has disadvantages as we're going to see, but like if you wear them, I can go for PayPal. But we're going to see. You're going to judge by yourself, okay? I don't want to judge for you because my reasons why I use PayPal are a bit different might be different from you, okay? I may not be really interested in hiding my online, but for you may be open to that, So we're going to see about that. Then, so we have talked about the donations. you can easily convert your business account and have it donate. You don't have to be an organization. We have talked about apps prefer paying to PayPal. Now, on PayPal, there's no limit on whether you should have it donate. For example, in Stripe, you have to be kind of it can be available for an individual. Actually, I think it has to be you have to be something like an organization. Okay, a donation must be tied to a specific charity purpose that your community to accomplish. So if you look into Stripe, they are more strict on donations, generating donations, but on PayPal, it's something which you can easily do even for as an individual. You can easily generate a donate link. Okay, you can. Sorry about this. You can easily generate a donate link as I showed you. Okay, then another important thing about PayPal is like you can, as I told you, like for example, if someone is in Nigeria, Nigeria can receive on PayPal, but you can easily use another country when you're setting it up and you'll be allowed. For example, I may be from South Africa. Okay, let me give an example. Like someone may be from Uganda, but he can set up an account as a Kenya, then he'll be accepted to receive even if he's in Uganda. It's kind of cool with PayPal. Then about Stripe, they're a bit cheaper, okay? And also it's as much safe if you're using Stripe, if you're doing business, okay? For example, if your business is earning a lot of money, it's much safe to deal with Stripe over PayPal because PayPal has issues with money being on hold for a long time, okay? Stripe is safe. They're all safe, or they're all secure, but when it comes to processing huge amounts of payments like $10,000, you may have an issue using PayPal than someone who's using Stripe, okay? On Stripe, it's easier to process huge amounts of payments than on PayPal. So if your business is going to be handling a lot of transactions, I will not recommend you to use PayPal because of their issue with money holds, okay? PayPal has a maximum 21 days of hold for a payment, especially if you're new. So imagine if someone has sent you money and you have to wait for 21 days to get that money. It's kind of hectic, okay? Unlike Stripe. So if you're doing high ticket businesses, I would rather use Stripe, okay, than PayPal. Yes. The whole platforms money can come on hold, but no, but Stripe it's much like 2 days is fine, but PayPal you're looking like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, you know. So especially for a new person who is using PayPal, the things are a bit hectic for you. Like you have a lot of holds, you know. And also on the platforms, you can be banned for, you know, really doing a lot of sales, even on Stripe, but on PayPal, they can easily ban you without really a big reason, you know. I've seen people getting like $200, just $200 being banned from PayPal, you know, something which is a bit rare on Stripe. Stripe can also do that, but it's a bit rare on Stripe compared to PayPal, okay? So PayPal, they ban you for, they can easily ban you for using a VPN connection. There's what they call a VPN, like you can change the location of your country. It's something which is which can make your account be banned, you can imagine, but it's not the same as Stripe, okay? So there are a lot of issues with PayPal when it comes to people being banned, their account being suspended, their money being on hold. There are many cases compared to Stripe, okay? There are fewer issues with Stripe by suspending accounts, unless maybe you are doing illegal services, maybe you're selling someone's movies without, you know, without his notice, you know, something like that. So mostly people being banned, being suspended on Stripe, they are kind of engaged in something serious, unlike on PayPal, okay? Stripe can also ban you for doing high-end services which require a lot of money. But that can happen, but it's not at the rate of PayPal. PayPal it's worse. Over the years, I think I've lost like 2 accounts back in 4 years ago. You really need to have proof of the proof with the person you're dealing with. PayPal is kind of cold, but also a bit volatile. Over a small issue can make you being suspended from PayPal. Okay, and you have to try to talk to them. It's kind of an answer. So, in conclusion, if I'm an individual or I have a small store, I'm going to be dealing in small amounts of money, less than $1,000, $2,000. It's fine. I can use PayPal. But if I'm doing high-end services, 10,000, and above, or like 5,000 above, it's better if you use Stripe. But also, if you're from a country like Africa, where if you're coming from Africa continent and maybe you're coming from a third world, Stripe may not really work for you because Stripe, it's a must put a bank account. Okay, so even if you're going to do high-end services, even if your services are going to be expensive, you may not be able to use Stripe because you have to put a bank account. But I can use PayPal even if it's not allowed in my country. For example, I have a friend coming from Rwanda, is using PayPal. He couldn't use Stripe, but he's using PayPal because he said the account has a Kenyan account, but he can't have the bank account for Kenya. So he's using PayPal, he's receiving payments without the bank and ATM, but he can receive at least some payments. So sometimes, even if you like to use Stripe, you may not be able to use Stripe because you are limited. But at least with PayPal, there are options, there are bypass options. Okay, even if it's limited in your country, you can set it up as another country. You leave out the bank and banking details on ATM, then you use it as like that. Okay, so you may have to opt to PayPal because the two options are limited in your country, but at least on PayPal you can easily find your way around the issue. Okay, so just as you see so far, okay, our money is in, like I've just pulled it out, like some money out last week, and that's why the paper is warning me, like, you can accept money, but as a new merchant, your full balance won't be available right away. Get for your future funds faster. So they are trying to tell me to submit these details so that I can receive money faster. But even if I don't do, I can still use this account. It's kind of cool. All right. So those are the reasons why you may use Stripe over PayPal, or you may use PayPal over Stripe. Okay. But for someone from a country which is not permitted by PayPal or Stripe, still I will recommend you to use PayPal because for it you can find a way around that. Okay. So let me know about your ideas about Stripe in the comments below, and you can give me a subscription. I really thank you for that. In the next video, watch out for my next video. I'll try to show you how you can try to kind of come up with an account on Stripe without being without being in a country where it's supported. Okay, you kind of watch out for the next video, and thank you for watching.